Welcome to a video on getting started with MyOpenMath and answering some frequently asked questions. This video is meant for students enrolled in a math class in the Math Learning Center at American River College or at the Natoma Center. Let's get started. Here's what we're going to go over in this video. We're going to look at what MyOpenMath is. We're going to answer some frequently asked questions from students. I'll show you how to get started with MyOpenMath. Be sure to stay to the end of this video when I'll show you how to navigate MyOpenMath with a little demonstration. MyOpenMath is a free online homework and course tool designed for math and related subjects. It's built to work with open or no-cost textbooks and gives you lots of practice through automatically generated questions, so you get a fresh version each time you try a problem. The best part about MyOpenMath is that it is free for students to use. If this is your first time using MyOpenMath, you may have a lot of questions. Let's go through some frequently asked questions from students during the first week of the semester. Is MyOpenMath required? Yes, students are required to use MyOpenMath to complete assignments this semester. Does MyOpenMath require internet access? Yes, students will need to be connected to the internet to use MyOpenMath. However, it is possible to print out your homework problems, work them by hand, and then enter the answers later. Do I need to download any software? No, you only need an internet browser and internet access to use MyOpenMath. We recommend using the Google Chrome internet browser and make sure you allow cookies from myopenmath.com. Does MyOpenMath work on smartphones and tablets? Yes, MyOpenMath works on any device with an internet browser and internet access. However, we recommend using MyOpenMath on a computer or tablet for the best user experience. Where is MyOpenMath located? All of the assignments that utilize MyOpenMath are directly embedded into the Canvas site for this course. You do not need to visit an external website. Do I need to register for MyOpenMath? No, you do not need to register for MyOpenMath. However, all students need to activate their MyOpenMath account by completing the Getting Started with MyOpenMath assignment as part of the mandatory orientation. Where is the Getting Started with MyOpenMath assignment? Within the orientation module in Canvas. Stay tuned to the end of this video for a brief demonstration. Do I need to activate my MyOpenMath account if I'm on the wait list? Yes, all students need to complete the Getting Started with MyOpenMath assignment as part of the mandatory orientation. Let's look at how to get started with MyOpenMath with a brief demonstration. Here are the navigation steps. Log into Canvas, click on the module's link, then navigate to the course orientation. Complete the Getting Started with MyOpenMath assignment. Let's go over to Canvas and I'll show you how to do this now. To locate the Getting Started with MyOpenMath assignment, I've logged into my Canvas course. Go over to the modules link on the left-hand side, then find the orientation module, which is usually the first module. Locate the assignment that's called MyOpenMath Orientation Task, Getting Started with MyOpenMath. The first time you open this assignment, it may take a few seconds to load. If this page is blank and does not load completely, check your internet browser settings. You'll need to allow cookies from myopenmath.com. At the top of the screen, you'll see the name of the assignment, the due date, the points for this assignment. This information is actually coming from Canvas. Below this information, you'll find the directions to your assignment and a start button. This information is coming from the MyOpenMath server. Be sure to read through the directions, When you're ready, click the Start button. Once you click Start, you are now inside the MyOpenMath assignment. Toward the bottom of the instruction, you'll see resources like the Desmos Scientific Calculator and Graphing Calculator and other websites that you are permitted to use. You can open these resources as a floating calculator, or you can open these resources in another tab. If you are using a device with a small screen, you will not be able to utilize the floating calculator. You will just have to open the resource in a new tab. You should see a button at the bottom that says First Question. After you've read the directions, click the button to go to the first question in the assignment. The Getting Started with MyOpenMath assignment is designed to give students the opportunity to learn how to insert a variety of answers in MyOpenMath. This semester, you may be asked to enter your answer as a decimal, a fraction, maybe even an equation. You might also be asked to graph a function. Let's see how we navigate through the questions. Toward the upper left-hand side, you'll see a pull-down menu with the questions listed on it. This allows you to access the instructions at any time, plus see all of the questions on the assignment. It looks like this assignment has 13 questions. You can move between questions by simply clicking on each question in the pull-down menu, or by using the left and right arrows just to the right of the pull-down menu. Do not use the Next button on the lower right-hand corner. This button will take you to the next page in Canvas, not the next question on the assignment. So you would only press the Next button when you have completed this assignment. Let's go over to the right-hand side and see the information that's being displayed by the question. You can see that my progress is being continuously saved. You can see a Done button to press when you are done with the assignment. You can see the resources. This will allow you to access the Desmos Scientific Calculator, the Graphing Calculator, and any other allowed resources at any point while you're working on the assignment. You'll see an option to print the questions. So if you would like to print out all of the questions and then return later to enter the answers, you can use this option. The next option is to use the equation editor. That should default to on, and you should leave it on. You will want to use the equation editor throughout this course. The three dots will give you more options, which generally users do not need to use in this course. Let's go back and take a look at question 1 together. This question is describing how to enter the answers. Typically, MyOpenMath wants you to round to at least 4 decimal places unless a problem specifies otherwise. So it's asking me to enter a number below. Before I do that, let's go over to the upper right-hand side again and look at the question details. I can see that this question is worth 1 point, and currently I have 0 out of 1 point because I have not completed it. I have 3 tries on this problem. Most questions allow you to attempt the problem more than 1 time. That information will always be included in the instructions for the assignment. If I use my 3 attempts and I still get the problem wrong, I can get a similar question 99 more times. Okay, let's go back and let's enter an answer in for question number 1. I'm going to intentionally get this question wrong so we can see what happens. You'll notice when I get the question wrong, there is a red X next to question 1. Now, I could just move on to the next question, or I could try to get a similar question. But if we go over to the right-hand side, you'll see that my score is still 0 out of 1 point, but I have 2 tries on this question remaining, and I can still get 99 more similar questions. So since I still have 2 tries on this question, I'm going to try this question again to see if I can get full credit. Let's go back and now let me enter the correct answer. Now I was able to get the question correct. So you'll see next to question 1, there is a green check mark. My score says I have 1 out of 1 points. Now I can move on to the next question, or I could try a similar question. Let's try a similar question. Now, once again, I'm going to get the question wrong intentionally so you can see what happens. When I get the question wrong, if I go over to the right-hand side, I can see that I still have 1 out of 1 points or full credit for this problem. I could try this question again. I could still get a similar question if I need to. The nice thing about MyOpenMath is it will always keep your highest attempt on a problem. That means that if you do a similar question but you get it wrong, it will always keep your highest score. Let's go ahead and get this one right and then move on to the next question. Now, if I want to move on to the next question, I can either use the pull-down menu to move to question 2. You don't need to go in order, although it is recommended that students go in order. So I could click question 2 from the pull-down menu, or I could use the right and left arrows just to the right of the pull-down menu. Many questions will have more than one answer. When you need to enter your answer as a list, use a comma to separate your answers. Continue on through your assignment. The third question here asks you to convert a fraction to a decimal. When I click in this answer box, you will see that at the very bottom of the answer box, it gives me a tip on how to enter the answer. In this case, the program is looking for an integer or a decimal. Since I'm asked to convert it to a decimal, I will round my answer to 4 decimal places and press enter. Continue to move through the assignment. You'll learn how to enter a multiple choice question, a matching question. You'll learn tips for entering in your answers. Sometimes you'll be asked to watch a short video and then to enter your answers. This question is asking me to learn how to enter my answer as a square root or a fraction. You'll notice that when you click inside the answer box, the equation editor will pop up. There are a lot of functions to choose from. So if I need to use a square root, I will grab the square root tool and then type 3. Oops, I actually clicked submit question when I had only completed 1 of 3 parts. Let's go back up to the top of this question and see how it was scored. So if you notice, right now it says I have 0.33 out of 1 point. That's because I've completed 1/3 of a question with 3 parts. The question still says I have 2 to 3 tries remaining depending on the parts. What this is telling me here is that I still have 2 tries on the first part and 3 tries on the second 2 parts of this question remaining. I could still get 99 similar questions if I needed to. I'm going to move on to the next question. You will also come across questions that ask you to graph. Read through the directions, then practice using the graphing tool. Many questions have question help at the very bottom. This question has 2 videos for help. So if you get stuck, you can click on this video to watch a short help video. This question asks me to graph a circle that is centered at 0, 0 and passes through the point 2, 2. So since I want to draw a circle, I will use my mouse to grab the circle tool, and then I will start by plotting the center, which should be at 0, 0. And now I'm going to drag my graph, and you can see I have a little pencil here. I need to put that second dot on the point 2, 2. Once I have it there, then you can either press enter on your keyboard or click submit question. And it looks like I got it right. Continue to work through all of the problems on the assignment. If you need to pause and return later, press the Done button toward the upper right-hand side. You can return later and click Resume to restart this assignment. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.